Welcome to Legal Lessons with Haley. Today, let's talk about the Castle Doctrine and stand your ground. As an aside, this is not legal advice and I am not your lawyer. Also, I live and practice in Ohio, so check your state's laws because they definitely might be different on this topic. So what is the Castle Doctrine? So the Castle Doctrine is a legal principle that allows homeowners to use force, including deadly force, to protect themselves from intruders in their home. It basically assumes that if somebody's breaking into your home, that it poses a high risk of threat to the person living in that home. And therefore, it justifies any response from the homeowner. So it eliminates the duty to retreat that would normally be in place if you were somewhere else. So the force that you use must be reasonable, but it's presumed that the highest threat is happening, which is serious bodily harm or death in home invasion cases. So it's already assuming that that person means serious bodily harm to you, and so it automatically justifies using the highest form of self-defense, which would be deadly force. Now, this definitely varies by state. So if you come in my comment section saying, Haley, they don't do that here, I understand. This is the highest scope of this doctrine, okay? Each state can do what they want with it. Now, what is stand your ground? Stand your ground is an extension of the Castle Doctrine, okay? So basically, it eliminates that duty to retreat, which is a common law duty, saying that if you are where you are legally allowed to be, anywhere that you're legally allowed to be, then you have the right to protect yourself from a threat without having to retreat to safety. You can stand up for yourself. And it's the exact same thing as the Castle Doctrine, okay? So if you're out in the street or in your vehicle or wherever and somebody comes and tries to harm you, you can fight back with reasonable force, including deadly force, if that's what's necessary, and stand your ground instead of trying to retreat to safety. Now, there are a lot of states that do not have the stand your ground rule. Ohio does. Ohio is a stand your ground rule, but there are many, many, many that do not. If you live in a state that does not have the stand your ground rule, then this does not apply to you and you have a duty to retreat. And basically, a duty to retreat means you gotta flee. Get out of the situation. Whereas stand your ground is the opposite. You can fight back, and whatever force it's basically self-defense, right? Any force that you use that's deemed reasonable, then you're not going to get in trouble. Note, word of advice, you cannot be the aggressor. If you start a fight or start something with somebody, you're now the aggressor and now you're in trouble. That's not standing your ground, okay? Also, you can't bring a gun to a knife fight, okay? Can't bring a knife to a fist fight. Reasonable force, which means meeting this aggressor where they're at. You also have to reasonably believe that you're in imminent danger. You can't, say that the little old lady across the street was threatening you, mow her over. That's not, no. Somebody has to be like coming towards you, showing you a weapon, and then you can fight back. By the way, only 28 states have this. So, there's a lot that don't, which is okay. Look up your local laws. Hope this helps.